One of the videos we posted last week has went semi-viral. So that is what happens when I put together a strategy. I actually really struggled to do this week. Good morning, everyone. It is Monday and it's now February. We made it through January, which also means I have vlogged every week in January that we were back to work. Probably the most consistent I've ever been. Well, it's 11:20 and we've not really stopped, and to be honest I was like, I cannot be bothered getting that camera out, but here we are. If I was to describe January for GC, I feel like we have had a big push in the right direction of everything that I'm hoping we achieve this year. I've tried to delegate more. We've done a focus on like our content and creating stuff for that, so that's been a huge thing I've been thinking about for a while, and we did it on Friday, so I'm proud of that. And I've also balanced a lot of like self-care along with having a really busy month at work. I'm feeling a wee bit like there's lots to juggle this morning, but it's fine. We're not brain surgeons. So yeah, we are just in the office today. We've got a busy week, few content sessions later in the week, so yeah, I will show you what I remember to behind the scenes. Good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday and I'm currently trying to brace myself for going to the gym in this rain. Hello everyone. I am back from the gym and I'm about to make a smoothie batch and a coffee. I'm so hungry after the gym. So today I'm working from home and I've got 2 calls. I've got a TikTok call with the Phenix team, which is actually going to be really interesting because one of the videos we posted last week has went semi-viral. I'll add in a screenshot of it. It's just now got over 60,000 views and we're focusing on the Liverpool location on TikTok mostly, and just to build trust, because we've realised that seems to be a platform that people in Liverpool relate to. So the Salon Suite coordinator there, Abby, is obviously from Liverpool, and they seem to connect more with content of her because she's obviously got a Liverpool accent. So yeah, it'll be good to see how the account grows now that that's happened. I worked yesterday doing a post for each day this week on TikTok to try and build on the momentum, so it'll be good to see how the other posts do. And then I've got a kick-off call with an ads client this afternoon for paid social ads. And then tonight I'm actually meeting my friends for tea. So that'll be good because a couple of them one of them I've actually not seen in so long. So that'll be really good. So yeah, when I also post a vlog, Chris, my husband's always like watches them. And he is really supportive, but he also is very good at telling me how I could improve the vlog. And he was saying that a lot of the time when I'm like typing away, it's hard to get engaged because you don't actually know what I'm doing. So I'm going to try and remember, if I do show like me just working at my desk, some of the bits that I can show on the camera, because a lot of it I can't show. A lot of it's like stuff that we're working on that's not launched yet and things like that. So I will do my best. But that is today's agenda. Okay, it's time to make sense of this and this. So these are mind maps from the brainstorming session I had with Rasa last week, just to help them put together more content pillars, make it more streamlined, and their content plan. So I'm going to look at the ideas we wrote down plus the notes that I took and just sort of make a plan for them for the next few months. By the way, I've actually probably never said this on this channel, but this is obviously my dressing gown because it's bloody freezing sometimes when you're working from home. I do obviously put the heating on, but try to wear layers where possible as well, just in case you thought this was what I wear day to day. Good morning everyone, it's now Wednesday and I am just catching up on my emails before I leave to go and meet Erin from Okiali and have our monthly meeting. I had a good catch up with my friends last night, so I actually quite like doing that during the week. I feel like it breaks it up and you're not just working, going to sleep, the gym, working. Today, I was meant to have a content session this afternoon, but it's been rescheduled. I'm not actually sure what my tasks are going to be today. The things that I do need to do this week are Dancilicious, so their doors close in January so they can prep for their show in May. So we're still going to run ads, but at a lower budget, just to encourage people to join their wait list whilst it closed. So I'm going to rework their ad strategy. And then we've also got our new client, Emma, from the one that I said we got just outside Edinburgh. So she's an aesthetics clinic. I'm going to work on her kickoff strategy. So basically when you join us as a social media client, it's the first month is like a kickoff month. And we look at your account and think how we can optimize it. And we also put together a strategy for the 3 months that is the minimum of the package. So that's something that I need to get done this week too. So yeah, lots of things happening. So yeah, I'll have the meeting with Erin and then just going to work from home. So I'll be back at the house and I'll get quite a lot of laptop time, which is good. I should have a productive day. Okay, so brand spotlight, and then the next reintroducing one would be what your service is. So when I say that, I mean like, well, yeah, suppose you could, because I mean, this is the service that you offer, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's pretty much what you're trying to say.
Yeah. So just sort of a run through of what's involved in the consultation.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to talk about my qualifications.
That'll be a different one, yeah. So we do. Are you happy for me to put that on a Thursday, or do you want me to put it on a Saturday and then you do
So like
a client photo?
about my layer.
I mean, obviously you could change that.
I guess it breaks it up then, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we do,
Because if we're just doing a sort of more educational one on the Saturday,
yeah,
we'll break that up and then
yeah,
more the following week.
So we'll do client photo here, and then on the Saturday we'll say okay, and then that's us in March.
Wow. Okay. I wonder, so when I get my new Matthew frames and I do the series introducing a new frame on each video, and what's a lot, but because it's like, if it's a 4-part series, I wondered if I could like post every single day that week and just do that series that week and then that's it.
Yeah.
Then.
Why don't you put it in the week that starts Monday the 9th? You don't need to post it, but just so you can give yourself breathing space. And then if it does come in and you're organised with the videos, you could move it about.
Yeah. I just thought that will get it. So rather than trying to fit in it around other content, just blitz it that week. And then, because I'd usually do a client photo every second post, every second cover photo for the video or whatever, I can just have it as me wearing the frame. And just like what I do with my other series, just put, new Matthew part 1 or something.
Yeah. What day would you start that on?
So
the Thursday?
Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, so 1 post each day. And if I can have it ready and scheduled, even better, but we'll see how it goes. Then they'll literally just like go, and then the following week then I can just get back on track with the rest of the stuff.
So client photo. So I've put that in for the end of March. Okay. And it just needs to be like a picture of him. It doesn't need to be...
I could just take the one off the website.
Yeah. Okay, and then April we're into... So then it would be client photo. And then the Saturday brand spotlight.
I was going to say, we're just going to then sort of
Yeah.
Do that's it.
The next sort of like education one could reviews, people actually saying.
Yeah, I've never really posted them on the page, to be honest.
Hello everyone, happy Thursday. I can't even remember what I got to vlog in yesterday. I think it maybe finished at Erin's meeting. So I'm in the office today. On my list today is I always check my emails and messages. Then I'm going to do our post for today. I'll check with Dancilicious' ads because I changed them yesterday for promoting the wait list rather than signing up because their doors are closed. I need to do an edit on Palace Beauty's website because they've got a new system for their digital vouchers. I'm then going to put together social media strategy for Emma, our new aesthetic client who's joined us for social media management, and then there's a couple of Phenix website things that I need to do. Amy is going into Tayside Complete Health to get content of some of the consultants. So yeah, that's pretty much what's happening in GC land today. Hi guys. So I want to chat about what we do when it comes to putting together a social media strategy for social media management clients. So when you join us as a social media management client, we do a kickoff month. Part of that is we put together a strategy. After the kickoff month, we do a minimum of 3 months commitment for social media management because I believe that it's very hard to see a difference in a month, as in how it's actually going to change your strategy going forward. So what I mean is, what usually happens is if an account's not being consistent, like the one that we're about to take over for Emma, I don't think she's posted since mid-December. So when we start posting consistently and obviously the content's different, people will engage and the stats go through the roof. And then as we find our rhythm with posting and you have the 3 months, the stats usually level out and it gives you more of a healthy understanding of what's actually good stats for your account and what's not so great stats. Also as well, because we very much believe in becoming like an extension of your team on your business, I think it takes about the 3 months for the client to get into the swing of when we work in their content, the 2-week batches, things like that. So that's why we do that. I have seen on TikTok that some businesses don't do a 3-month minimum. And do you know what? I'd actually be interested to speak to them about how that works and how they've decided to go down that route. But that is what we do here at Greene Creatives. So in the strategy, we basically cover these different areas that I'm going to go through with you just now. So we do a bit about the business. So obviously to get to this point, I've had a couple of calls with Emma. I find out about their business, what makes them a little bit different. So as an example, she works in aesthetics, which could be quite a saturated industry. So we look at that and also the ideal client. So who she wants through her doors, who are we targeting? And obviously all of that is relevant because it then helps us create content. And I do this at the start of the strategy session, the strategy document, because for example, Amy or Neve haven't had any contact with Emma. So if I decide that they should work on this project, I then have the strategy document that I can then just send over to them. They can read and they know a bit about the business. We then go into goals. So what they're trying to achieve by doing this. They're always obviously making an investment in their business, working with us. So why are they doing that? And these goals that we set for social media then helps us look at the right metrics that relate to that. We then look at their current profile, so what we feel like they could be doing differently, and we make suggestions on what we will do to their account name, bio, and highlights. We'll touch on the content as well, but we go more into that into the strategy. And then the strategy is we pretty much put together a plan of what we want to do over the next 3 months for this account. Because Emma hasn't been posting a lot, I think month 1 we go back to basics and focus on her, the clinic, and what they offer. And then once I've looked into it more, I'll think about month 2 and month 3. But with month 1, in the kickoff month, you get a content session included. So what we'll do is for that content session, we will get the content that will be for month 1, and then usually what clients will do is book in other content sessions that then covers month 2 and month 3. And then we just go through at the end of the document how social media management works, so that they're clear on what we'll be delivering, what we need from them, and it just is a really good way to set expectations at the start of the project. And if anything does arise when we are working together, then I could be like, you can refer to the strategy document that goes through it. So that is what happens when I put together a strategy. I hope that's helpful for people. I know there's a various different people that watch this vlog. Some people are just doing it to like see behind the scenes of what I get up to, like my husband. But he said that some of the times he doesn't know what I'm talking about because he works in like oil and gas and has no idea about social media strategies. But he did make a point that people will be watching it for the marketing part and like the strategy behind stuff. So hopefully if you are watching it for that, that is helpful. But I'll try and show some of my screen on what I do to put this document together. Good morning everyone, it is Friday, made it. I feel like the weeks have just went so fast since we came back in January. So yeah, we're both me and Amy are just at our laptops. Today I have a call in about 45 minutes with Phenix, just the monthly marketing call to look at January's stats and what we're planning in February. So I'll show bits of that I can. And yeah, that's pretty much what's happening on Friday. Yeah, well, nothing really to report, just working away. Yeah, I feel the same. I feel like it's just the weeks have just flown in since the new year. I was about to say good morning, but it's actually afternoon. It's Saturday afternoon and I've just got back from a content session with Dancilicious. I will add some clips in for you to see a little bit behind the scenes of what we got up to. But yeah, I'm just coming on to close this vlog. I've actually really struggled to do this week. Obviously I've vlogged every week since the new year, like when we came back to work, and yeah, it's just, I feel like it's hard thinking of different things to share. So I think what I'm going to do is watch some of my favourite people on YouTube and just see how different things I could show you guys. And this week coming up, I'm not going to vlog because we're actually filming the podcast again. And although it would be great to show some of the behind the scenes, it's hard when we're also trying to get the video footage of the podcast for the YouTube channel and then like clips for social media. Like I actually want to record it for social media in mind this time rather than just using what we can. So yeah, but just gonna have a break and then come back and hopefully fresh to share more behind the scenes. So again, thank you if you got to the end of this video. I really do appreciate all the views, and if you do know somebody that's building something or a business owner or somebody that's interested in marketing, then please do share the channel with them, because every little subscription and view, share and all that really does help. Bye guys!